yo, welcome back to the show, man. Hope everybody is doing great. I'm always good, man. Like I said, fantasy football draft season is definitely underway. And what are we talking today? We're talking the safe play. Who are these players, potential league winners, guys that I'm definitely in on, huge this season. Yes, some of them, they're, obviously the surer bets. That is an easy pick in your fantasy drafts. But I do love the potential upside to be top point getters this season with some that are going to, at least, inflate their return on investment. And I got some good ones on this board without question. Patrick Mahomes, boy. Okay, it hurts, man. Even though I'm a Buffalo Bills fan and Josh Allen supporter, you guys know I'm unbiased at every single situation, and Patrick Mahomes right now could legitimately be the top quarterback this season in fantasy football. Why, you may ask? Because of all the weapons they did add, man. Xavier Worthy, Hollywood once he gets back on the field, and then, Rashee Rice. So, and obviously Travis Kelce. So, this offense is definitely ready to go, man. Andy Reid has been dying for that speed player at the wide receiver spot since they traded Tyreek Hill to the Miami Dolphins, and now they got, basically, I don't want to say a clone because he's a rookie. We don't want to compare him to Tyreek just yet, but Xavier Worthy is absolutely going to give them the ability to play football the way they used to with somebody like a Tyreek Hill. Right now, ADP quarterback 3, overall 34. He's going in about approximately 2.8 in your fantasy drafts at this point. Yes, I understand this is an easy evaluation because Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the entire league. But last season, quarterback 8, we saw some struggles. We saw more interceptions than we have over the last 3 seasons. His yardage was some of the worst that we have seen in his entire career, and yet they still won the Super Bowl. So here's the situation where they're like, I've had enough of, this nickel and diamond, whoever's open. Let's get some big-time playmakers back on this offense with speed so we can be that high-octane Kansas City Chiefs offense that everybody knows what they were. But you see what I'm saying? Last season, 16 games, he only had 41, 83, 27 TDs, 14 interceptions. We haven't seen a stat line that low from Patrick Mahomes in basically his entire career when it comes to throwing the football. This year, I think it is going to be an absolute changeover in this offense. They are going to be very high octane, push people down the field, guys that can get open. Rashee Rice continues to progress in the, positive manners. And the off-field situation with Rice doesn't seem like he's going to get suspended. So Patrick Mahomes is definitely going to have all of his playmakers on board this season. 3-year boom consistency rate for this man, 83.8%. We know it's Patrick Mahomes. It is an easy eval, but going from quarterback 8 last year, from the quarterback 1 in 2022, and then quarterback 4 in 21. So you understand there is fluctuation. Josh Allen has been the quarterback 1 3 out of the last 4 years, I should say. So I think Patrick Mahomes definitely has the capabilities to jump back into that first spot this season based on the playmaking talents, based on how this offense is potentially going to look. And Patrick Mahomes definitely in 2.8. It's a high to pick your quarterback, but I think he's going to be the leader this season in points for those quarterbacks. Next is Bryce Hall, running backs. Here we go again, man. This is one of the easier evaluations for me. I'm huge on a Bryce Hall. He is my second-ranked running back in terms of my rankings at this point. I know a lot of y'all got a Bijan ahead of him. I do not at this point. CMC dealing with that calf injury, so when you're in your drafts and you're thinking if you got the first overall pick and you're debating, can I take a CMC with this calf or should I go Bryce Hall or Bijan Robinson? I would not ever argue it that you could take a Bryce Hall over a Christian McCaffrey this season, especially if Aaron Rodgers does stay healthy. Right now, he is the ADP consensus running back 2, overall 5, going about pick 105. He's only 23 years of age, already coming back from that ACL injury. He looks good so far in camp, man. No issues, no worse for wear. His rookie season, we know he dealt with that ACL injury. He was killing it, man. 6 out of 7 games, he was booming for us before he went down with that injury. Would have hit that 7th game if he didn't lose it to those Denver Broncos when he tore his knee. Running back 42 in his rookie season, jumped all the way to running back 4 last year. He still didn't crack that 1,000 yards, even though the Jets were in disarray at the quarterback position. 266.2 half PPR points, and it's because of the target share that he did see. 76 receptions. You absolutely got to believe that's going to maybe get curtailed just a little bit, but he's going to have a definite, sizable role in this offense in the pass game with an Aaron Rodgers because he is too dynamic in that pass game, to not get the target share, man. 223 attempts, we can absolutely see that be the standard, if not a little higher this season, removing some pressure from an Aaron Rodgers, helping out the play-action pass, but this guy can get into the open field. He's big, he's beefy, he's strong, and he's fast, and he can catch the football like a Bijan. I'm telling y'all, man, if we're talking about comparables between Bijan and a Bryce Hall, they both are extremely sound pass catchers and will make a lot of plays. The only issue I got with a Bryce Hall this season is the potential of this rookie 20-year-old dynamo, my rank 2 rookie running back, Braylon Allen. He is a light King Henry clone. I'm never going to compare him to King Henry, but he is a bulldozing battering ram and could remove some touchdowns inside the 5 for this Jets offense for a Bryce Hall. So watch out for that. We could get capped when it comes to the rushing TD upside like it was last season, but with an Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, all the weapons that these guys do possess, they are ready to go. 71% on the 2-year boom consistency for Bryce Hall. It is a small sample size so far, but we understand what this man could be, and he could definitely be one of the best, if not the best running back in all of fantasy football this season. We're going down the board just a little bit with Scary Terry McLaurin. Okay, and I'm a huge fan, always have been. I love my OSU players. I mean, okay, that's not biased, but I do like what they build, especially at the wide receiver spot at Ohio State. Very good stuff, man. Terry McLaurin, he has seen a fluctuating career where we say, you know, he's so damn good, but how can we trust him overall in fantasy every single season because he just disappoints? 2021, wide receiver 25. 22, he was the wide receiver 14, and then last season he fell all the way down to wide receiver 32, which was interesting because we saw somebody like Sam Howell throw the football over 600 times. How the hell did Terry not get up at least into the top 20 based on all of that volume? Still saw 132 targets last year. The issue at hand was the lack of yardage, the lack of TD upside for a Terry McLaurin with somebody like a Sam Howell. Now you got somebody like a Jaden Daniels throwing the football. They removed Jahan Dotson from this offense. And I think that's a big mistake for the commies overall when they move forward. But this is going to open up windows for Terry McLaurin to be that trusted commodity. We saw what quarterback Jaden Daniels, rookie, was able to do at LSU, supporting guys like a Malik Neighbors, like a Brian Thomas. Terry McLaurin should absolutely eat. Has he ever had really a top-end quality quarterback in his entire career? I mean, it's very much debatable, right? So right now his ADP is wide receiver 31, overall 48. He's going in the late 4th round, if not early 5th round. 28 years of age, man. He's going to want his contract to be, renegotiated up, get his bag. This is the season you want to see, man. The consistency boom rate for a Scary Terry right now is not great, man. 3 years under 50%, 45.1. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It is not a good situation because you're like, well, can I play him? Can I not play him? You want to be in a situation where you don't even have to think about a Scary Terry and you can plug him into your lineup every single week. I think this is the season. If it does not happen, now, okay, we can say it's not necessarily on Terry. It's just how this offense in Washington moves. I do believe this is going to be one of his best seasons, if not the best season he does have in the NFL with a Jaden Daniels, wide receiver 14 in 2022. There is potential for top 12 wide receiver finish for a Scary Terry, which will absolutely uplift your fantasy roster and potentially be a league winner, no question. I love me some Scary Terry this season, and I'm all in on his value, no question. Last one we got is tight end, Evan Ingram. I'm telling y'all, man, tight ends right now, the youth movement is coming in. We got guys like McBride, Kincaid, Sam Laporta. They're all making waves. Kyle Pitts, potentially resurrection of his potential. Evan Ingram's the steady one that we can get at bargain rates, who's going to give us the top-end value, man. Tight end 8 ADP right now, overall 84. He's going roughly around the 7th round, 8th round right now. He is 29 years of age, but he's got some of the best chemistry with a Trevor Lawrence at this point. No question about that. They shipped out themselves Calvin Ridley. They got Gabe Davis. They still got Christian Kirk. Travis Etienne still running the football. So this offense is very similar to what it was last year, minus a couple guys here and there. They added a Brian Thomas to help promote more passing upside in this offense, field stretching ability. This will only open up room for an Evan Ingram over the middle in the red zone. This man was a beast last season when Christian Kirk went down. 143 targets, man. Absolutely unbelievable when it comes to how much volume this man saw. Over 100 receptions, almost 1,000 yards receiving. If we get the TDs up into the 6 to 8 range, he's flirting McLaurin definitely would be in the top tight end in all of fantasy football if he sees this amount of target share. But we got to be real. We got to be fair. He's likely going to see his target share curtailed back quite a bit. I don't foresee 143 targets outside of, his wide receivers going down once again, and they're having to force feed in Evan Ingram. But, I mean, he is one of the safest tight ends that is absolutely on the fantasy market right now. 42% on the boom rate isn't necessarily high end, but, I mean, you see the evolution back from 2021. I mean, he didn't do much with these New York Giants. Career was basically fading him, and everyone was saying, can we trust? But tight end 6 in 2022 with 141 points. This is absolutely what I'm saying. So tight ends, they don't get as much volume as they used to, except for, the top end talented ones. And Evan Ingram right now has a great sizable role with these Jacksonville Jaguars, and the progression of a Trevor Lawrence. I think they will continue down this path. 100 targets for this tight end is absolutely stamp it in the books. And this man should absolutely eat with all the other weapons they do have to stretch the field. Over the middle is going to be free for him and Christian Kirk, and I do believe that's going to be the MO for Jacksonville and Coach Doug Peterson. But there you have it. That is some players I'm absolutely in on the safe play who could absolutely be league winners for us this year, and we could get some of these guys at very good values. Yes, some of them are the easy evaluations, but you still got to talk about them because they are that good. Bryce Hall, Patrick Mahomes should be on the tops, if not top 3 this season in their respective categories. These other guys could absolutely showcase way better than their ADP to ROI is going to end at the end of the season. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts, and we'll see you next time. I am out.